This is 1E part 3, where we're now going to look at calculating the actual cost for that year, for each year. Now the cost depends upon the band, and if we have a look at our data sheet, we can see here's our annual cost, and those are the costs for band A, the costs of band B, band C and band D. So we can actually find those out. So instead of, in this one we did a VLOOKUP because it was vertical. In this one we could do a horizontal lookup because it's horizontal. But we also need to make sure that we're returning the correct caravan type. So depending on what caravan type or static home type was selected here, platinum, gold or silver, depends on what should be being looked up here. What we're going to do is we're just going to start off and assume that they're all going to be platinum, because that will just make things a little easier, and then we'll look at how we can change it so that it will return platinum, gold and silver. So we're going to use a H lookup for this. So we'll go back to our charges table. If we use FX, it just means that we can put everything in. You can type it in manually if you want to. So the value that we're going to look up is the band. Okay, now put in C2, just so I can read it better, I'm going to write band column. The table that we're going to look it up in is going to be our data table here. So we're going to look up our band in there. It's either going to be A, B, C or D. Now in terms of the row that we're going to return, well, we said we don't know whether we're returning platinum, gold or silver at the moment. We're just going to assume that they're all platinum, so we're just going to return row number 2. And again, we don't need an exact match, so click on OK. Now if something's gone wrong there and we need to have a look and see why, well, it's put band column, okay, in speech marks. It possibly didn't recognize it, so if I take out speech marks, it's still coming up as a problem. So let's have a look at what we named that, and for some reason it's lost our named range for the band column. Well, that's good. You can see one of the problems that can exist. That's my mobile phone there, by the way. I could re-record it, but let's just carry on. So here's one of the, that's solved, and if we would copy this down, it would do that for platinum every single time. But we actually want to know whether it was platinum, gold or silver. Now, this is row 2. If I were asked to return row 3, it would return that one, because remember this was row 1. So row 2, row 3 and row 4. Now platinum, gold and silver from the proposal sheet, when we select those, let's make this a little bit wider now, then those values over here changes from 1 to 2 to 3. So silver is 3, platinum is 1. So if we look at our data sheet again, that's 1, 2, 3. But these are rows 2, 3 and 4. So all we need to do is find out what that value was and add 1 to it. So if I change here, instead of looking up row 2 every single time, we will look up this value of whatever's been selected, which we call static type, but I need it to be +1, so that it's row 2, 3 or 4. This will now work. Now we can prove this works, because if I change the static type here from platinum to gold, I get a different price. Change it back to platinum and it works. And now we can copy this function down. Now what you need to do, again with annotation, explain what HLOOKUP does, explain why you're looking up the band column, explain why you're using the costs table, explain why you're returning static type +1 as a row number. So you've got to explain those things that I talked you through, and again why you use false and the fact that you've replicated it down.